Over here, I'm going to tell you about the frequently asked questions about the purpose of implementing a new human welfare model that I have proposed. The name of the proposed model is Prosperity and Self-Dependence Model. The very first question over here is, who are the needy ones? For the answer of this question, I have divided the needy ones into four categories. The very first category is about a person or a family who requires help managing and provision of food and necessities of life for himself or for his or her family. And the second category of the needy one is a person or a family who requires help managing and supporting to struggle for getting back his or her rights. And the third category of the needy ones is a person or a family who requires help managing and provision of medicines or medical treatment or facilities. And the fourth category of the needy ones is a person or a family who requires help managing and support of getting education and required skills to get the necessities of life and provision of food for their family. The next question over here is, what do you mean by the people who are living on the edge? For the answer of this question, I have 2 points over here to be considered. The very first point over here is anyone who is the only source of income for his or her family, and he or she works to provide food and necessities of life to his or her family. And the second point over here is that anyone who is the only source of income for his or her family, if he or she becomes disabled or unable to do any work as a result of an accident or an illness, or the very first case, or the very worst case, if he or she dies anyway, then his or her family would be in need of a support in provision of food and necessities of life for them, including education, skill development, medical facilities, any source of income like job opportunities. Now the next question over here is, why do people take suicide or commit criminal activities? For the answer of this question, I do tell you, the people take suicide or criminal activities on account of the following. Number one, on being unemployed or suffering from business loss. Number two, on not being able to provide food to his or her family. Number three, on not being able to fight for getting back his or her rights. Number 4, on not being able to provide medicines or medical facilities to himself or to his or her family. Over here, the next question: how can we stop people from taking suicide or committing criminal activities? For the answer of this question, I do tell you, it can be done by help creating an environment in the country where no one would never think of taking suicide or committing criminal activities. Now the next question over here is, how can we help creating an environment in the country where no one would never think of taking suicide or committing criminal activities? For the answer of this question, I do tell you, to help creating an environment in the country where no one would never think of taking suicide or committing criminal activities. I do invite all the Pakistanis and the government of Pakistan to join us in spreading prosperity and self-dependence countrywide. I do tell you, all the Pakistanis over here, and I am going to establish and implement a model in the shape of a platform where the government and the countrymen, the citizens of Pakistan will work together in spreading prosperity and self-dependence countrywide, where no people will never think of taking suicide or committing criminal activities. And there will be the prosperity and self-dependence countrywide. Thank you very much.